celebrating 16 years of possibility. Pilot Flying J and Halloran Hilton Hill present Anything is Possible. Today's guest, Chris Blue, Part 1.
Welcome to Anything is Possible. True story. A year, maybe 2 years ago, Chris Blue asked if he could hang out and maybe intern on this program. He was literally sitting on that couch right over there. And I don't know, that's 10, 15 feet away. But this year, he's sitting on this couch. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest on Anything is Possible today is my friend Chris Blue.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
What's going through your head right now?
Well, was that awkward? Did I shake your hand the right way? Because, you know, I'm used to sitting over there.
No.
It's like...
I wanted you here, right?
Yeah.
So what's going through your head right now?
You know, this is all surreal. Being on this stage and on this platform is something that I believed would happen, just never could see it happening. I would always imagine it and believe that someday I'd be able to, you know, be on set with you and have this moment. But just I didn't know when or how it would happen. I didn't know how God would do it. So now we're here and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is real.
Well, your story is a story of possibility, and
Yeah.
congratulations. You've experienced a lot in the last couple of years.
Yes, sir.
You competed on The Voice and you won.
Yes,
and
we did.
you're launching out into a career and building a business.
Yes, sir.
And I want to say that I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you. But let's kind of go back to the beginning because this is a story of possibility. Where were you born?
I was born in Polk County, Florida, to Janice and Ernest Blue. We call him Petey when we get upset. But anyway, the youngest of 7, 5 boys and 2 girls, all from the same mom and dad. And it's a small town. Winter Haven is the actual city. Small town, Winter Haven, Florida. And I can remember, you know, waking up every day, getting ready for school. When I come home from school, we'd find our way to church. And so every single day was a day before God and a day before the Lord.
Really?
Every day.
So how often were you in church?
At least 8 days a week.
You mean like every day, every day?
Every day, at least.
Did you want to be there?
Sometimes I didn't. No, I didn't want to be there. I wanted to, you know, go on a playground or stay home and watch wrestling, you know. Go and do something that a kid would, you know, go play in dirt somewhere.
So how would you occupy yourself while you were in church?
I would sleep. I would. I mean,
Get on the back pew, stretch out?
no. I was bold, man. I didn't wait till the back pew. Mama had a very comfortable lap, and so I would just kind of curl up on Mama's lap and go at it, man. I'm just out.
What do you think, though, you were absorbing by just being in that energy all the time?
The thing that I got out of going to church every day was community, fellowship, the importance of such, but also my pastor, my bishop at the time, Bishop Willie R. Mincy is his name, constantly taught us how to live righteous and the importance of living holy or righteous, you know.
Right.
And so I kind of grew up having this desire to just always want to do the right thing, you know. It's funny enough, I'd sleep often, but the times that I would stay up, I was able to absorb so much. And I think that's impacted my life.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, you're a kid that's in church 8 days a week.
Right.
Sleep 6 of the 8 or
Right.
whatever it was, but you're absorbing.
Yes, sir.
You're absorbing community and faith. You're being called to maybe live a life that, a right life, if you
Right.
can call it that,
Right.
you know, a right life. But then music enters your life in a very
Yes.
powerful way. And I want to kind of look back at when that spark kind of jumped off for you.
Okay.
This is Chris Blue. He's on Anything Is Possible. Not on that couch, but on this
On
couch.
this couch.
Because seasons change. More in a moment.
Possibility powered by Pilot Flying J, Covenant Health, Home Federal, and the Knoxville News Sentinel. Coming up,
First song you sang was?
Dr. Jesus said he'll make everything all right.
So you're sleeping on mama's lap, you're in church 9 days a week.
Yes, sir.
You're absorbing all of this, but when did the music thing happen for you?
You know, it's a funny story. You ask my mom, it was at 2 years old, funny enough. So we didn't have a lot growing up. We were pretty, we struggled financially in some areas. And so for Christmas every year, a treat that I would always look forward to is going over and spending time with my family, playing outside with my cousins at my grandmother's house. This one Christmas though, I didn't go outside. My uncle put this VHS tape inside of a VHS player. It's been so long since I've had to say VHS.
Right.
I'm not even saying it right. So anyway.
VCR, yeah.
VCR, yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So he puts it in the VCR, and it's this gospel quartet group. They're called the Canton Spirituals. And I don't know what happens to me, but I find myself in front of the television, and they sing a song, and in my mind I say, okay, after this song, I'm going outside, I'm gonna go play, and I'm gonna be a kid again. But that happened for every song that would, and I stayed in front of the television standing in only a diaper for about 2 hours. Didn't cry, didn't ask for anything, didn't want anything. I stood in front of the television. So close, I should have been blind. I stood too close to it, but I think that's when it all
Was it what you were
started.
seeing or was it what you were hearing?
It was both. It's both what I was seeing and what I was hearing. I heard, I would say it's a trifecta. It was what I saw, what I heard, and what I felt. Yeah, I saw a group of guys who were on stage singing, but then I saw how the people would respond to their message and to their music. I heard melodies that were.
But did you have a voice at that point? Could you sing?
No, I didn't know what singing was. I'm 2 years old. I didn't. No, I didn't. Or I didn't know.
So do you remember when you consciously heard your own voice for the first time and said, wait a minute, I can carry a tune, I can do this?
I do remember that time. I was 3 years old the following year. My mom finally allowed me to sing with my brothers.
First song you sang was?
Dr. Jesus.
It goes like?
Dr. Jesus said he'll make everything all right. And so she would always call me out on this little part. It was for you, all right. So that was like my little part. And then I'd step back. And that was like my 3 seconds.
So your mom had a singing group?
Yes, my family had a group. And so all of my brothers and sisters would sing, and my dad he'd kind of record it, and that was his job. And I would be on the side of him, looking like, can I be a part of this? It's a little similar to Michael Jackson's story. Always wanted to get in, but he was too small, too young, and never had an opportunity.
So you step out and sing your part.
I did.
And the crowd would just go nuts.
Just completely berserk. Because they would hide me, I realize it now, growing up.
It was drama.
Completely. Oh man, mom had a beautiful strategy. I'm tucked behind all my siblings who are towering over me. And as soon as my part comes, like the Red Sea would part, and I'd step out and I'd do my little line.
You weren't nervous?
Not at all. I was excited. I was ready. I was like, yeah, give me that mic. Give me that mic.
So that spark goes off inside you, right?
Yes,
You're ready to go. So was that your moment of your destiny being defined for you, even if you didn't know how it was going to work out? That was at 3 years old.
Absolutely, without a doubt. that was when it all hit me. That's when I decided I like doing this, and this is what I want to do. I didn't realize God had much more bigger plans for me, but I knew that it was more than a musical note and, strangers going crazy. There was something else in it. I didn't quite understand at the time, but I knew I'm supposed to be a part of.
So what happens next?
Well, what happens next is we start traveling the state of Florida, and we would go from church to church and event, to event and just perform, sometimes for free. No, excuse me. Usually it was for free.
Right.
Sometimes for a little gas money, but never paid. We would just travel. Mom would sacrifice, everything. Her and Dad would sacrifice it all just to make sure that their children were happy and that we would go around using our gifts.
Did she sing to you when you were a little boy?
Mom, yeah, she did. Mom has this beautiful story that I'm going to share with my wife, and we'll do the same for our children. So every night while in Mom's womb, Mom would read scripture to us, and she would sing songs to us every single night, and she would pray over us every single night. And so I think that's kind of where the whole musical journey really began.
When did she know? Because there's a difference between a dramatic moment with a little 3-year-old and their little kiddie voice. A 3-year-old can be singing at church and get in no matter what they sound like.
Right.
Because everybody's
Right.
just thrilled to see some little,
right.
You get rated on enthusiasm, not accuracy.
Right. Yeah. I think I would say the following year, 4 years old.
Really?
4 years old. I would say that's when.
What happened?
We did our first full concert as a family, as a singing group. I'm 4 years old and I lead. We sang about 10 or 12 songs. I led maybe 8 or 9 of those songs.
You remember all of those songs?
Every one of those songs. They were from that video that we watched,
Oh, really?
that I watched.
Which
yeah.
one was your favorite to sing?
I come from a Poe family.
A little bit of that, please.
Oh man, I would have my little handkerchief, right? I'm like 4 years old, my jacket would like hang to my ankles because I'm so small, but I'd hold my handkerchief. I come from a Poe family. We didn't have much, but the Lord's been good to me.
With the little handkerchief.
With my handkerchief in my hand. And I'd hold it about yay high. My microphone would, cover my face because, again, everything was bigger than I was. I was tiny as a child. And so I'd dance around stage and run around stage singing that song.
Oh, you be dancing and singing?
Oh, my gosh. We all over. Dancing. And
At
even
4?
At 4. And then I didn't know I had a love for dance. I just knew I loved to move. I didn't know, I didn't know it was called dance. I just like to move my body, move my legs and my arms, and I just, got free. So, that's when it all started. And I think that's when she realized something special was happening.
So she was cultivating you.
Yes.
Spiritually and musically.
Yes, she was.
All of you.
Absolutely. She really is a superhero of mine. Now that I'm older and a little bit of life has happened to me, my sense of awareness and understanding has heightened. And growing up, I thought it was normal because at the time I turned 8, my parents, they split. And so Mom was raising 7 children by herself, working 2 and 3 jobs. And I look back now, I don't know how she did it. But not once did she ever take us out of church. Not once did she ever, not show up for a school function or a school event. Like, we never had the conversation. She never had to have the conversation with me. I'm sorry I couldn't make it to this, or I'm sorry I couldn't be there for you. Even through high school, when we moved to Tennessee, Mom came to every basketball game, home and away. And so she's like my superhero, man. That's a strong woman. That woman has helped shape and change my life in so many ways. And oftentimes I try to find the words to show her and tell her how much I really appreciate her and how much I really love her. But they just can't come out because I'm so overwhelmed by all the love that she's shown me and my brothers and my sisters. All I can do is hug her, kiss her, and say thank you.
This is Chris Blue. More in a moment.
Coming up,
You know, if I wasn't a musician, if I didn't have a voice to sing, I'd be in the NBA.
Welcome back to Anything is Possible. This is Chris Blue. So you got a little choked up talking about your mom and her strength.
Right.
So about 4, the light goes on for you. You're being cultivated spiritually and musically by your mother. But your parents split up. You end up in Tennessee. How did the split affect you?
You know, it was happening so much around me. I thought it was normal. So not only did my parents split, but then I started to realize, like my friends, that I was growing up in elementary school with, their parents were starting to split as well. So I'm like, okay, well, this is normal. You grow up, get married, have children, stay married for a good amount of time. 15 years is good. Let's finish this off now and we'll move on to something else. I thought that was, life's treatment. And so for a while, it didn't affect me.
Got you. So you just like, this is just what happens.
Yeah.
Your music was your salvation, so you're starting to sing more and more with the family, with
Absolutely.
your brothers, singing all the time.
Absolutely.
So then you started to grow. Your voice starts to change.
Yeah.
I remember I think the first time I saw you, you might have been 11 or 12 years old.
Yep, that's right.
And you were an interesting cat. No, you were very dynamic.
Unpolished.
No, you were very dynamic, and I'm like, look at this guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know that you had any idea of where you would go or how you would get there. You just knew you had to do music.
Right.
And you had to live your life that way. But then you also had a little foray into sports. You have a brother that's a professional athlete. And,
Yeah.
you guys were always pretty athletic, and I think you played basketball a little bit.
I wouldn't say a little. I'm uber competitive, man. I'm sorry. I'm crazy competitive when it comes to that. All right, sorry.
So talk to me about sports in your life.
If I wasn't a musician, if I didn't have a voice to sing, I'd be in the NBA. Listen to me, I would be in the NBA. You've never heard me say anything like that. I've never been that confident about anything besides music and my love for people. I would be in a national. I'd be in the league.
What makes you think that?
What makes me know that is it's my love for the game.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that love for the game would drive you to develop the skill set to achieve at that level.
Well, I think it starts with skill set. You have to have, and your boy got skills. What is this so funny? I thought anything was possible. Wait a minute.
It is. I'm just. So when you look at those two worlds, right?
Right.
Because you carry the same intensity on stage, and I guess that competitiveness when you got to The Voice was there. I mean, you weren't like, it's not that kind of competitiveness.
Right.
It's probably better described and defined as drive.
Right.
That
Absolutely.
drive.
Yeah.
What do you think it is, though, that makes you want to be great?
Because it frees you up to do what you're really supposed to do, and that's serve people.
You didn't think that then, though.
I did not. I didn't realize that then. I had no idea. I just wanted to be great then because I wanted to be great. you know, you live life once. Why live here mediocre? You know, why not strive for more and do better, become better, have more? And then I think growing up the way we did, I knew what that side of life was like. I want to know what this side of life is like. And I knew that in order for me to connect the two, or my transition to that was to get better in music, get better in life, become a better man.
So you played basketball here in town at local high school.
I did. I played basketball at Bearden High School is where I started. But then I wanted to also do music at the same time, so I had a scholarship to Knoxville Christian School, and I played there for 2 years.
This is Chris Blue. I'm not throwing shade. I want you to know that I'm not shading your athletics at all. In part 2 of our conversation, we're going to get into how he got to The Voice, what his life has been like since The Voice. He's gotten married, he's touring, a lot has happened, and we're going to tell you the rest of the story in part 2. This is Chris Blue. More next time.